Hi, I'm Kalki and you're watching me on Films of India. Keep watching.
Talking about the Hindi film industry, if you were given a choice, what would you like to change about the Hindi film industry?
I think I would just like to see more respect for writers, because I think essentially what's missing in our industry is good writing.
Okay.
We have really good, talented DOPs and directors and actors. We have the technology. We have the know-how in terms of the budgets we have for sure, but we don't have very strong scripts. And scripts tend to be I've read many scripts where there's no entire full script. There's just a sort of description of what happens,
and then
picture mein karte hain. So that kind of preparation means that you tend to miss out on a lot of subtext in the story. Reality is missing. It just becomes very like La La Land. This doesn't really happen like this. If you sit down and look into the nitty-gritties of it, you're like, okay, why is this person coming? Right now, you read a Bollywood script many times, and it'll say mum-in-law. Throughout the script, she doesn't have a name. The character, because it's a chota character,
right,
you will just put mum-in-law.
Right.
But if you don't give a character a name, then you don't personify that person.
How exactly?
How did they come?
Who
is this? She's not just some person in the background. She's somebody's mother-in-law.
Yeah.
So that respect for writing is, I think, missing in a lot. It's happening now a little bit, and I think the value of writing is starting to be appreciated.
So they should go into more details, take it more seriously, that kind of thing.
I think so. Now there's a writer, a friend of mine called Hussein Dalal. He's actually in Margarita as an actor as well.
Okay.
But he's a brilliant writer, and he's suddenly become really busy because everybody has realized that he can write brilliantly, and they're all picking him up for writing jobs. So
that's the kind of difference I think one film can make suddenly.
Yeah.
Right. And moving on to this very touchy topic of censorship, which is right now just it's like not only taken over Bollywood, it seems it's also taken over India. So what are your views on the current censorship policy which is happening in Bollywood?
Well, I think censorship it doesn't make sense in a democracy. Rating systems, of course, make sense because we need a rating system in order to control what young children see, in order to protect, young children from watching too violent or too mature context.
Right.
And they wouldn't understand it anyway. So I think it's very important to have a rating system. But when you ban something, when you censor it completely and take it out of viewership completely, then you're saying that you're basically controlling what the people are thinking and what they're allowed to think.
Right. Well
and so I think that's a really dangerous place to be. And in terms of a democracy, I don't think it's a correct place to be. Whether those bans are religious sentiments or whether it's like violent content or whether it's political statements, usually it means that you're controlling the people in some way. So I think as adults, we need to treat our audiences like adults and with that maturity. And you always have a choice. You don't have to go and see anything ever.
Nobody's holding a gun to your head and saying that you have to watch it. Or actually the opposite is happening. Don't watch it.
Yeah, and in fact, when you say don't watch it, is when people want to watch it more. The minute you forbid something, it's like a child. If you tell a child don't jump, he's going to jump. It's the minute you forbid someone something, they want it more. So I don't think banning and censorship works. I think rating system and a certain amount of control in terms of who's watching and how you're watching it.
The PG-13, under 15.
Yeah, under 15, parental guidance, adult rating. I think it's very important to have that, but I'm not really for the idea of complete censorship, complete banning.